had 2 servings of Thanksgiving dinner with 4 slices of pie. I know that people was saying that I was getting fat just from this camera view, but god damn it, I can't help but gorge myself during Thanksgiving. Oh my god, man, I feel like I'm gonna keel over at any damn moment, troopers and grinders. How am I going to continue with this PFL preview and picks? Well, I'll tell you, 4 years of acting and high school productions are going to get me through this one, troopers and grinders. I am the king of improv and MMA. God damn it. I'm going to continue no matter what. I don't care if I got 0 people in here. I'm going to do my PFL preview and picks. Damn it. Troopers and grinders, welcome to the SkateTank MMA podcast. Skatesman is gone, and so your boy, Hankus Tankus, is here to break down every single fight on PFL's World Championships 2024 card to mark the bookend of PFL's disgraceful year in MMA. And what better way for it to just disappoint us than Don Davis finally giving us back elbows for PFL, and it's the last show of the year. One last FU for the MMA community. How about that, Don? But regardless, it is going to be a super card. It's going to be all day, every day, starting in the wee hours of the morning. Hank the Tank is very unlikely to watch the thing from beginning to end. I need to fucking sleep all this fucking food off. But at some point, I am thinking of recording my reactions to the card as a fight companion for you fucking guys, dude. So be prepared on Friday to witness some reactions from Hank the Tank on Friday. Hank the Tank, new location than the room. Well, you see, Kobe Wiggle, I'm actually on vacation. I'm celebrating Thanksgiving in Oregon with the family. However, that will not stop me from making content. If you recall, Kobe Wiggle, Hank the Tank was on vacation. I believe I was in SoCal, and I still did my Hank's Think Tank, even though I was on vacation. For you fucking guys, dude. And it's no different for this one. I'm gonna be going through it all. That's right. Will you be live streaming PFL? I'm thinking of doing just that, Kobe Wiggle. However, it is a 16 fight card going over, I'm going to assume, over like 9, 10 hours, maybe even 12 hours. So I'm not going to be, I'm probably not going to be streaming all of it, but I will be streaming some of it for you guys. So be on the lookout for Hank the Tank to begin streaming, because it's starting at like 5 a.m. my time. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna take my damn time before I start doing a fight companion. Maybe on the mid card or the main card is when I'll begin my fight companion. But we'll see what happens, guys. It'll all depend on where the card, when the card is, when I wake up. Did you like the Beatles interactive experience I sent you? I did like it, Kobe Wiggle. I enjoyed all the little artifacts that were there at the museum. And all the goodies that you could get at the museum as well. Although I don't like its use as like commercialism, but I get it. It's a Beatles shop, so it will be selling commercial goods. But I haven't explored the whole thing, so maybe it's going to be more of a museum exhibit than anything else. With all that being said, guys, I got to get into Hank's lock and underdog for the MMA weekend. And you know it's bad when we have been forced to do Lux Fight League as Hank the Tank's lock and underdog. It is the only show besides the PFL that is on Tapology, and Lux has never been on Tapology before that. So they're getting desperate, the folks at Tapology, to find something, any MMA content that is big enough to cover that isn't bare knuckle or kickboxing or Muay Thai, dude. Like, I really do think that Tapology needs to reintroduce the bare knuckle shows, the grappling shows, the Muay Thai shows, the kickboxing shows as fights that you can predict on Tapology, because I think it gives a lot more awareness to those MMA organizations and actually allows people to get into stuff that isn't just in U.S. or in Europe. I think it's for the best for the preservation of the sport. How was your Thanksgiving, and did you watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? I did not see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, but I will be going through the highlights now that you've mentioned it, Kobe Wiggle. I'll look at it on YouTube and see what floats they got around. Probably going to have some peanuts at least. Otherwise, they're chumps. Um, what the hell else? Maybe a Kendrick float would be nice. If they have a Kendrick Lamar float at the parade. That's pretty sweet. Maybe Bluey as well. Just thinking about culture. Maybe the penguin. I'd love a float of the penguin during the parade, but we know that Macy's isn't that cultured. Goku was in the parade. Nice. For all the weeaboos out there, we had to get our Goku in there. The mainstream icon in anime history. We got to have that on at the very least. But honestly, they could have had a freaking arcane float that showed up last month. But I just think that the Macy's parade is too full of freaking casuals for them to find the good stuff. They only have a Snoopy float. Well, I'll take it, dude. I will take it. Rest in peace, Toriyama. Yeah, manga legend. Um, Isha, by the way, there's this there's this anime that I've been watching right now that I would recommend that you watch as well if you want to find a new anime. It's called Monster, and it was produced from 2004 to 2005. It's like 90 episodes, or maybe even over 100 episodes, but it's so satisfying from start to finish. So would recommend Monster if you are in a drought and need some more anime to watch. So jeez, I almost thought you said that your dad died last year. That is a scary ass typo. Again, Hank the Tank has to be the spelling and grammar police for Isha whenever he can to prevent stuff like this. I tells you, troopers and guards, I have to be his English teacher. So sad he died last year, too young. Yeah, I agree. Could have made a lot more. I think Dragon Ball Z surpasses just weeaboos. The old school shit is where it's at. That is true. Astro Boy is another really good one. There's this one about a dude with like slick black hair and a green jacket, I think, who goes to school. That's a classic one. One Piece. Um, and then of course the early Studio Ghibli films are all fantastic. Will you watch and Cowboy Bebop? Will you watch Beatles 1964 on Disney Plus when it comes out? It gives a great insight when the Beatles first visited America on their first US trip. I will take a look at that. I actually let me share this with you guys. I got this at an antique store recently. The 100 greatest entertainers of all time from Entertainment Weekly. Here they are. Here they are. Ringo, John, George, Paul. That's all of them. All sorts of stuff on the Beatles. So maybe I could share this with Kobe Wiggle as well. I'll check it out. Yeah, it's a good one for sure. Uh, Afro Samurai is goaded, yes, and so is Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack and Samurai Champloo are both really good ones. Initial D, interesting. Beatles show looked sick. It is a good one. Lots of good ones. I watched a couple of Baki clips and it looks absolutely hilarious. Yes, nice. That's good. Oh, let me check something really quick. God damn it, Isha, you're making me spoil everything on this fucking magazine, but I'm gonna try. All right, Jesus, a bunch of fucking pasty white people. Hold on. Best movie actor, best musical group. Ooh, Radiohead, sweet. Let's fucking go, dude. Wait, man, there's got to be more. Once again, the chat has taken me completely off track. But you know what? That's fucking okay, dude. I'll do what I can. Clint, Stevie. Nice that Stevie's there. Oprah. Paul Newman, Star Trek. What the fuck is Star Trek on that list? Hey, whoa, Black Betty, bam, ba, lam. Whoa, Black Betty, bam, ba, lam. What is up, dude? Jesus typos, bam, balam. Ho, you been? I've been a hoe. I have been a hoe in my life. So is Isha at many points. For MMA, Springsteen is on there. James Brown, Harrison Ford, Johnny Carson, Tom Hanks. Bob Marley's on there. I think Isha would like Bob Marley being there. Jane Fonda, Julia Roberts, Jackie Gleason. Chuck Berry is on there. Beach Boys, that's nice. Dustin Hoffman. Bowie's on there. Fuck. Stanley Kubrick, Seinfeld. Huh. Where are you? Where the fuck's Santana? I'm looking, dude. I'm looking. Akira Kurosawa's on there, though. That's nice. Let's keep going. David Letterman. Jim Carrey's on there. Aaron Spelling. Who the fuck's Aaron Spelling? Ed Sullivan. Sex Pistols are on there. That's good. Steve Martin. Kurt Cobain. Neil Young. Run DMC. Who the fuck's Michael Crichton? X-Files doesn't count as a fucking person. Monty Python's on there. That's good. Deanna Ross. Michael Jordan. Eric Clapton. Don't know if he likes Eric Clapton. Mel Brooks, Boko, Loretta Lynn, Janis Joplin, Grateful Dead are on there. Elvis Costello's nice. Garner, Garth Brooks. Oh shit, not looking good. He's not on there. No, Santana's not on there. L magazine, L list. You can report back later. Too late. I already did it. I was just curious. Well, too bad. We're in all the way. Once you're fucking in, you're in. Good man. Just got back from a big dinner and now setting up PFL stream and getting some work done before bed. Yeah, the junkies got a fiend, man. Nice. It's PFL Saturday. It's on Friday, so set your clocks, folks, because it is early in the day. Mr. Brown is the best Bob Marley song of all time, and it's so dope, and it's a deep cut track. I will check it out. Mr. Brown. PFL tomorrow. Projected 10 to 12 hour fight card. Yeah, I'm watching half of that shit. I'm not watching all that, especially at PFL's pace. Whose idea was it to make this card so early? Don Davis. Duchovny is a beauty, though, so fair enough. Yeah, that's true. X-Files. That's who 100. Damn. Oh, well, I think he deserves to be on 100. Yeah. At least, at the very least, but did have some other good musical talents. Thanks for checking. No problem, Misha. Well, you know, it's Whitey fucking 90s magazine, so what are we gonna expect? But we have Lux Fight League. By the way, Isha, question: are you going to be doing a fight companion for Lux Fight League? Because that's the only other one on Tapology that it's even showing. But I'm sure there's other stuff to watch too. We have Hank the Tank's lock for Lux Fight League. Pedro Pena, I am picking him by round 1 knockout against Isaac Ruelas El Muelas versus El Xolo. Well, I like the X, dude. That's one reason why I'm picking him. But this dude, man, let's take a look. He's gotten a flying knee knockout, which is sweet. Submissions, split decisions, ground and pound TKO. And meanwhile, this guy, Ruelas, is losing by knockout to a 1-1 guy. He's having a split decision against a 2-0 guy. 3-1 he gets knocked out. This guy Pena is 9-2, and no, I'm not talking about the fucking awful, rotten Juliana Pena. This is her brother, Pedro Pena. Fucking, you gotta vote for Pedro, dude. I'm voting for Pedro. God. So I think he's got the skills on the ground and on the feet to just knock this dumb motherfucker out. That is Hank the Tank's lock for Lux. Mr. Brown is about Bob looking for his weed dealer who dipped out of town. By the way, like in relation to that song, I would recommend the Velveteen Underground song, I'm Waiting for My Man. That was released in 1967. I'm Waiting for the Man is a classic. I would highly suggest watching that, listening to that. I'm moving Friday, Saturday night, so I might tear down. Oh, you're moving. Uh-oh. Friday, Saturday night, so I might tear down the studio if PFL gets good numbers. Nice. I'll be watching Lux for sure, though, even if I don't stream.
But yeah, definitely listen to that Velveteen Underground song. Main event is a sick, wow, cunt of a rematch. That is a very interesting descriptor from Isha. Again, got to work on the grammar. The last time they fought, it was more bloody than the Dalby fight in Cage Warriors. All right, I'll have to check that out. Did you just say Velveteen Underground? Wait, is it? Oh, Velveteen. Oh, it's the Velvet Underground. That's right. I was thinking the fucking Velveteen Dream from the NXT days. Jesus, or that fucking that rabbit. Yeah, great song. Yes, that is a great song. David Bowie and Lou Reed do "Waiting for the Man" live. It's sick. Yeah, that is a great performance of that song. Good based stuff from Drunken Boxing, and then for Hank's Underdog for Lux Fight League. What is the number of it again? 48. I am going with Sosette Gomez to win by decision against this woman, this chick named Victoria Alba. Just from looking at the pictures, it seems that Gomez is much younger than her opponent. She's on a win streak in women's MMA, although both these ladies have very sparse records. She beat a 0-3, had a split decision win against a 1-1, but Alba lost to a 1-0 opponent. Got knocked out by 1-2 chick, dude. 1-2 chick knocked her out. I don't like that. She got an impressive knockout win, but it was against a 2-6 opponent. She's dealing with a 2-0 opponent. The last time she beat anyone with any credit or merit was almost 3 years ago, and she's just looking like ass since. So I saw in LFA there were 1-0, and in Cage Warriors too, there were 1-0 women who just won, even though like their records were padded and it didn't look all that great before. Like sometimes the undefeated women just continue to win. So I think that Alba's not going to be a match for her. I see Gomez getting a pretty dominant decision win against her. That fucking rabbit. Yeah, exactly. Peter Rabbit, dude. Can't stand that Peter Rabbit. The Velveteen Rabbit's always in my garbage patch, eating my fucking cabbages. My cabbages! Oh, I want them to be executed. One head for each head of cabbage. These are some deep records, very deep. Yeah, balls deep, Hank, balls deep. Fight should be fun. Yes, very fun between two amateurs. It's regional women's MMA, so it should be good. Aries chicks with meta records have been putting on fun fights recently too. No technique, all gas, no breaks, TKOs. Yes, sir. It's the only way to be, dude. Once you reach the UFC, then all your finishing ability goes down the fucking toilet. But on the regionals, they're always fun to watch. They're just as unpredictable and nasty of finishers as the men in regional MMA. So always worth the watch. Always worth the watch. But yeah, that's it. That is Hank's only lock and underdog for the weekend, besides my PFL picks. Because honestly, this weekend's shit. It's shit. Is this the PFL event? Yes, it is the PFL event. The big one. The big one. Hey, Steven Spielberg, when are you going to do the big one? Something that clicks with the public. I'd love to see it because I think you're good. All right, I'll let you continue. Thank you, Isha. Oh, always so distracting, Isha Helwani. Always have me reading through this whole thing for 5 whole minutes trying to see if Santana's on the list. Oh, well, at least he got me some watch hours. I'll give him credit. But one step further, boy, and you're going to get it. Let me tell you. Oh, okay. All right, let's fucking go, Isha. Beer, boxing, beer, punches, beer money, dude. Let's fucking go, Hank. Beer bets. Me and Shane, dude. Me and Shane, Hank. Van Steenis by round 2 sub is exactly what I got. Let's fucking go, Hank. Yeah, it's because Hank the Tank knows his shit. Hank the Tank knows based on the records and what the track records are, who's going to finish the other and how. It is what Hank the Tank does. We got Costello Van Steenis against João Vitor, not Belfort, Dantas. And I am going with Van Steenis by the Drunken Boxing way and going with him by round 2 sub. Look at all the ways that he's won his fights. 23-11, okay, but it is an experienced record. He got a Von Flue choke on that guy. Lost to Douglas Lima by unanimous decision. A lot of fighters have lost by finish to Douglas Lima. Doris choke on a 9-1 guy. Beat Fabian Edwards before it was cool, which is very impressive. And John Salter, that was 5 years ago. It doesn't matter. And this guy, João Vitor Dante, isn't it sad, these regionals? Like, 5 fights ago is 5 years ago for some of these guys. They don't get booked. This dude, Dantas, his last fight was 2 years ago, man. It was in Jungle Fight in Brazil against 13-7 guy. I'll say he did get some knockouts, but ring rust is a real thing, guys. Ring rust is a real thing, and it doesn't help in moments. Like, lost to a 5-1, okay. Oh, yeah, Lucas Fernando. I remember Lucas Fernando. But I don't know. I think that's just too long time off. I think he's going to get finished here. I think Van Steenis is just going to do what he's going to do. He's just been in the gym more actively. I think that makes a difference. Although this time last year, I was 18 up. Nice. Well, you'll have to, oh yeah, the beers. I am up 8 beers in the bet. Woo! Let's fucking go, baby. Get him drunk, dude. Get him drunk, and then you can pull your Cosby. Although this time last year, I was 18 up. That is true, but, that's Shane's tactic, dude. He picks the right bets, and he has you pick against him, man. It's like a fucking bullfighter with the red cape. You know what I'm saying? I love Leon, hate Fabian, but I'm watching anyway, damn it. Well, you can absolutely love to watch Van Steenis because he upset your boy, Fabian Edwards, and absolutely fucking ridiculed him in front of the whole world. So this man is your hero. You got to watch Costello bright and early, Isha, bright and early. I got him by round 2 sub. Then we have Mr. Azael Ajuj taking on Jose Perez. Ajuj is a slight favorite over Perez. And he is, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a competitive fight. The odds have it minus 180 to plus 150. So the odds makers think it's close. But the thing about Ajuj, he's gone against some good opponents, 4-1, beat him by decision, 6-0, knocked him out, which is pretty good. But he's been getting some decisions in between these huge. Here's the highlight reel head kick in Bellator that made him big. This other guy, he's taken on people in, SF, FC. Oh, God, Cage Fury. Isn't that Cage Fury or something? I forget what it was. But PFL, only a 16-6 guy, and he took him to a decision. And all the others, he's just grinding them out and getting subs. But I don't think that's going to work against like a huge, heavy kickboxer with a lot of power in his mitts and his kicks. And I think Ajuj is pretty decent when it comes to takedown defense. So I just don't think he's going to have a lot of work to worry about from Jose Perez. I don't think he knocks him out because it happens more rarely for Ajuj. Might happen, but I think he takes it to a decision and he just, beats up Perez on the feet and gets a 29-28, maybe even 30-27. I'll back the Frenchie in this spot. Good pick from Drunken Boxing. We're on the same level so far. And you may not know this one, Troopers and Grinders, but that is because this showed up on short notice literally today. This fight got announced. I guess the PFL wants to make sure it's still long as humanly possible. We have Gabriel Braga, which I am happy is finally in a spot on the PFL card. He is taking on Jeremy Kennedy, who got knocked out pretty easily by Patricio Pitbull. I mean, what more can you really say, guys? Pedro Carvalho is sort of mid, took him to unanimous decision, beat Aaron Pico only by shoulder injury, which tells me that he probably wasn't doing as great in that fight. Usually the guy who benefits from the injury isn't the one who's winning the fight. Manuel Sanchez takes him to unanimous decision, loses by unanimous. Yeah, but Pitbull, dude, Pitbull's not in his prime anymore, in my opinion, and he's still getting knocked out easy by Patricio. Whereas Braga, he lost to Pinedo, who won the $1 million. You can't blame him for that. 23-9, beat him by decision. Justin Gonzalez, he knocks him out with the left hook. Bubba Jenkins, he was dominating that fight before Jenkins got injured. And then Timur, this is what is really making me want to pick Braga. He has a split decision against 16-0 fighting in the main event, Timur Kizriev, and he could have beaten him. So that tells me that Braga's really good. And Jeremy Kennedy's chin got cracked by Pitbull. I think it's going to get cracked again, dude. I don't think he's ready for a power puncher in Braga, especially on short notice. I picked Jesus Pinedo against this guy. Pinedo, pulled out short notice injury, but he's got power as well, and I thought that would be the reason why Pinedo gets the knockout. So yet another, Latin American with some big ass power. I really don't think there's that much of a difference here. Braga's young and hungry, yeah. Especially on short notice, I feel like he's going to show out. I just got a feeling like he's gonna make this a scrap, and I think he's gonna win it. I think Kennedy is gonna try to do some bullshit, leaning up against the fence with this guy, and it's just not gonna work. I think Braga, if he's good enough to neutralize what Kizriev had against him, I think he's gonna make this pretty easy work. Then we have Mr. Hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is Slim Trebelzi. Hi, kids. You like violence? Want me to stick my finger in each one of your eyelids? Want to get fucked up and get CTE worse than I did? Taking on Abraham Bable. Bable. That is actually a good, that's a good way to do my outro. Might include that, man. People forget, man. I'm adding that to the outro. That's going to be a good outro. But I am going with Trebelzi by round 2 KO. Now, it's usually not how he rolls. He beat Louis Sutherland by unanimous decision. He did beat Franklin, but that was an injury. Ground and pound, though, the dude 12-0 guy knocked him out in Aries by a ground and pound. Like, he would 4-0 guy he knocks out. Like, I feel like that's going to be the same thing here with the one, the only Abraham Bubley. You're not John Jones, little man. You look more like fucking Razak Al Hassan. Quiet down, bud. This dude, he is knocking out 3-3 guys. 3-0 guy. He takes to a unanimous decision. Sutherland, that was a 4-0 guy. It looks like these guys both took out Sutherland, but I don't know, man. I don't think Bobley's ready for some time on the ground. I think Trebelzi is a talent. The only reason why he's had sort of a mid-career so far, he was signed to the UFC because of contractual talks. He ended up back in PFL, but I think he really is a threat on the ground. I think once he gets Bobley down, he's just going to beat the ever-loving shit out of him. Big ground and pound victory, and discount John Jones is going down. That is my opinion there. Slim is a decent heavyweight. He is. It's just the problem is that he always has bad contract negotiations that get in the way. So can't pick him in terms of business negotiations, but can pick him in terms of ability. We then have Mr. Mansour Barnoa against Alfie Davis. This one's actually sort of a close one, in my opinion. There are some people on Tapology who are picking Alfie Davis, the Axe Man, the Axe Murderer, taking on Tarzan, dude. Dude, can you imagine Vanderlei Silva against Tarzan? Dude, he'd make a great replacement villain for that fucking Wesley guy in Tarzan. But Alfie Davis, 8-2 guy, he dominates. 11-4 guy, he dominates. 16-5. He's on a win streak. So yeah, and it went to a draw in his last fight, so he could have won that. Chablis, he only loses by decision. So Alfie Davis is solid, but I just think Barnoa, like what's his name? Like Van Steenis, he's just one of those guys that really finishes the fight through his submissions. Yusuke Yachi, in his recent fight, he gets a Darce. Rear naked choke. Another rear naked choke against a 21-10 guy. Like, this is a fighter who needs to win by sub. Brent Primus beat him, but Brent Primus is eternal. He is timeless, so that's understandable. JJ Wilson was 9-1 going to that fight. That's understandable. Alfie Davis has suffered losses, and I don't know, man. I feel like a guy who's normally a striker is just, again, he's going to get out grappled or he's going to get his neck snatched. So I don't know. I'm going with the guy who finishes by sub pretty much most of the time. If the striker can't finish, I'm not going with him. So I'm going to pick Mansour. I think he's very talented, and I think he's going to keep up a submission streak. Did you all have a great Thanksgiving tonight? Thank you very much, Andrew B., for the commentary. I appreciate it, Andrew. I had a great Thanksgiving. I'm still having a great Thanksgiving. That's what I'm going to be doing after I'm done with the stream. hanging out with family. Had some great pie, some great what is it? We had some delicious stuffing, mashed potatoes, green beans, turkey. And a nice salad with some feta cheese too. So, and had some pumpkin and apple pie. So we're in a good spot, man. And it's nice to. There are some relatives I haven't talked to in years who I am seeing tonight during Thanksgiving. So I'm very grateful. I'm thankful. No Thanksgiving in Australia. Well, you can always make your own Thanksgiving if you want. Can't wait for Christmas. Yeah, goodies, goodies, goodies. Toys, toys, toys. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I want it. I want it. But yeah, we're not there yet, man. We're not there yet. So we have to be thankful before we get our gifts. That's just the worst. You just want to throw the toys out, and you want to be a little brat, and you want to burn down the house during Christmas. But can't be that yet. You have to be grateful. That's what Kobe Wiggles thinking. I'm sure of it. And then we have Mr. Mohsen Momad Saifi, the gold, stay gold, pony boy, stay gold, taking on the Lebanese bulldozer, George Eid. Now this one's sort of tough for me to pick because I like George Eid. I picked him in his last fight against a 4-0 Omar Regwigwi, or as he's known in some circles, Woo! He got knocked out by George Eid, absolutely fucking demolished by the bulldozer. And Abbas Khan 6-2 beats him 5-5, meh. And then these guys with decent records beat him before that. I like Mohamed Saifi just because he always brings a good fight. 4 months ago, got a nice finish. 4-0, dominates in Brave. Like, Brave's a good promotion to really put yourself over. And then PFL, he's been dominating too. Like, he's getting up there in age. He's small, but he's just so entertaining to watch. He always brings a good fight. I know Eid has been getting some finishes lately, but I don't know if it's good enough for a little guy with just a lot of power who's just tough to put away. I don't think Eid's the dude to just put him out cold. I think that Mosen is going to make it a fight. And whenever it's Mosen makes it a fight, he wins. So going with the little fucking guy. Thanksgiving is in Ontario. It's in October. Oh, wow, nice. Did you enjoy that? What was that Thanksgiving like? Why was that a big one? I just stopped by for a minute. Thank you very much for stopping by, Andrew B. I appreciate it, dude. Let me know when you've uploaded a new short or a new live stream so I can always hop in. Where's Skatesman? He's in Texas right now, and he is enjoying his Thanksgiving as well, but he told me, Hank, I can't really, I can't stream during Thanksgiving. I got to be here with friends and family. I'm busy making food. I'm busy just partying and enjoying Thanksgiving. So I can't be here for Thursday. So Hank the Tank is doing it himself. And honestly, given it's only PFL and PFL alone, I can understand Skatesman not wanting to get involved. Then we have a fight between Mr. Ali Taleb, who has been Hank the Tank's lock on previous cards, taking on Rashid Haas, a Spaniard, which is never a good sign unless his name is Perez or Taporia. He did beat a 19-8 guy, 14-5. This is a tournament championship, by the way, guys. So this is one of the big fights, one of many, for $1 million. Again, how is the PFL making any money? How is it having any financial success when it is giving $10 million to people on one card? It's got to be fucking burning money somehow. I don't believe Dylan. I don't believe Big Red. I think PFL is struggling deep down inside. I mean, he got a submission choke, a rear naked choke on a 14-5 dude. Majority decision against 13-5 is sort of nasty. 5-4. He hasn't fought the best of competition. Now, neither is Talib. Got a knockout though, left hook, straight right. Like, just looking at the description of how he's knocking these guys out, like, just clear that he has good boxing, like solid, slick boxing. Only loss so far has been to Kursed Kakarov, like the most Russian name you can think of, 10-1 guy. Can understand him losing. But all these other dudes, he's knocking out or finishing or getting submissions. Like, Taleb just hits like a brick, Mack truck. And I think this kid's special. He's from Sweden, so you need some nice Swedish talent there. And he's also has Middle Eastern roots, so that's going to help out with PFL MENA. I just think he's way more powerful than Rashid Haas. I think Haas likes to be a grappler, but unfortunately, Taleb is also a solid wrestler. He's got that in his back pocket. And on top of that, if this stays on the feet, I think just Taleb's going to get the knockout pretty handily. So going with Taleb, That Saudi oil money is keeping PFL afloat. To be honest, it seems like it's keeping every single sport that is in existence afloat these days. Whether it's boxing, whether it's golf, whether it's MMA, it's coming for basketball next. I dare guarantee you it's going to find some way to acquire baseball. It's going to find football eventually. Like Saudi money is just going to keep every sport alive, even when it doesn't need to be kept alive, when it can self-fund itself, because it's just part of the sports washing, man. It's how they want to clean up their image and get themselves out of trouble by the time all the oil dries up. So they're just going to keep sports watching regardless. They're not, a lot of these sports they're not saving, but just feeding dirty money and making it worse, in my opinion. But then we have, I believe, oh no, this is on the prelims. That's a shame, because this is going to be a fun finish. Hatan Al Saif, which Hank the Tank is a big fan of, taking on Lilia Osmani. I have Al Saif, head kick knockout. First fight in the PFL, head kick knockout. Corner stoppage against latest opponent 4 months ago. Like, Al Saif is just fucking sick, dude. She's got power in her fists. She is very technical. She can find the head kick. Lilia Osmani has 0-0 competition, dude. Nobody knows who this motherfucker is. It's looked like a photograph from 2008. Like, she was off the grid until now, and they're basically just finding a jobber for Al Saif to land a big fucking knockout blow on, and I think she's gonna do it. So round 1 KO, and Al Saif continues her path of destruction, dude. I love Al Saif. And then we have Mohammed Al-Akra against Omar El Dafrawi. This is one of the, now I think we're getting to the first real boring fight of this card. I don't think there are too many of them, but there are some. Mohammed Al-Akra seems to be very okay with going to boring decisions and accustomed to it. Unanimous decision win against 6-2 guy. Should be finishing that dude. 3-0 guy, he gets a ground and pound knockout. That's great. 6-5, he goes to a decision with, dude. 3-0 decision. If we're lucky, we'll see him pounce on somebody and get a knockout on top. But he likes to make it a crawl. He likes to make it a grapple fest, and that's never a good sign for an entertaining fight. I don't think there are a lot of people, aside from people in Kuwait, who want this guy to win. But unfortunately, he got, I believe these two fought before. Yeah, he beat Dafrawi by a decision before. And, this guy, he's on a win streak, which is nice. Getting some finishes, so I'm going to be rooting for him for sure. Straight left, that's nice. But Al-Akra likes to make it a boring fight. He will find a way to make this fight boring. When it's a boring fight, he wins. So I don't give a fuck where he's from. He's boring. I don't want him to win, but he will. Next fight. We have Mr. Maron Belagout. He's probably got gout somewhere. Look at how fucking skinny he is. Taking on Abdullah Al-Khatani. Do-do-do-do. People don't fear the Reaper. They're up in heaven for eternity. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the Reaper. We'll be ready to fly. Baby, I'm your man. Against the Snatcher. He's coming to snatch you, kids. Including snatching a short notice replacement opportunity here. I believe Al-Khatani was supposed to be taking on a man by the name of Abdalrahman Al-Hyazat, who kicked his fucking ass in their last fight. Just outclassed him on the feet, completely outgrappled him on the ground. Like, he's just a sitting duck for this dude, Al-Hyazat. And it seemed clear that, PFL wanted him to win this whole thing because he is from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is what is paying the PFL's bills. They wanted this guy to be a Saudi Arabian star. He lost a semifinal, or he lost a fight leading up to this tournament final, but he was one of the few fucking PFL MENA fighters on there. So Still got a chance to have a rematch with Al-Hiyazat. And lucky for the PFL, how coincidental that Al-Hiyazat pulls out. And now this dude, Belagout, steps in on short notice. Islam Reda, 11-1 guy, absolutely smashes him, destroys him. But he is here because he racked up more points. Reda wasn't ready. So now Belagout's here. And yeah, he's got his own finishes as well. He does have power. But I am trusting the guy who knocked out this 3-0 dude. Submission to strikes. 4-1 knocked his ass out. Like, I feel like Abdul Al-Khattani is way more dangerous on the feet than this Belagout guy, especially on short notice. And I think, PFL is finally going to get its way. And Al-Khattani is the luckiest bastard in MMA history on God's green earth. And he's going to somehow find a way to win this tournament. This event starts at 11 tonight and doesn't finish until 6 a.m. Saturday. Wonderful. That's just lovely. God almighty. 7 a.m. I'm going to die. But then we have another big tournament championship, this time in the heavyweight division for PFL. Denis Goltsov taking on Oleg Popov. I think Popov is going to pop off and show people why he is the best in the PFL right now. Now, again, this is a guy who likes to make it a crawl instead of a sprint. 25-9 guy, takes him to unanimous decision, 6-2 unanimous. 10-1 guy, he did get a knockout, so you're lucky if he finds a certain position on top to get the finish. But most of these characters, he is just going to decision. However, I think that Goltsov, he's usually the grappler in this situation. Like, he's dealing with guys who are not stand-up. I mean, maybe they're not stand-up people in general, but they're not stand-up fighters. And he's taking them down, and he's just smashing them. Thiago Santos destroys him. Johnson takes him out. Vassal beats his ass. Now, he is a finisher, so that's nice. Nice to have that from Goltsov, but... And Henan Ferreira knocks his ass out. As with power, destroy him. Oh, submitted to an arm triangle choke. See, this might be why I'm picking Popov, is because... Oh, wait, no. Never mind. He got the submission. But my point is that I think Goltsov is getting up there in age. I think Popov is 2 years the younger of the two. I think Popov will be more willing to take this to the ground and will be more able to take this to the ground than Goltsov, because Goltsov doesn't deal with wrestlers most of the time. I think that Popov is going to take him down and just find a crucifix position or find that spot where he can just rain down heavy blows and eventually find a finish on Goltsov, because I think once Goltsov realizes he can't out scramble Popov, I think he's gonna give up. I think he's gonna give up to Popov. Popov's younger. Popov is solely dedicated to wrestling, whereas Goltsov can finish the fight anywhere. So I don't know. I think Popov is gonna just grind him out. Will you be live at 11 tonight, Australia time? Hopefully you will. I'm not going to be watching the whole card, man. I gotta keep it a buck. I'm not watching the whole card. I will probably watch it later though. Fitty fight, yeah. But who are you going with? Who are you picking between the two of these guys? I'm leaning Popov, but I can understand people picking Goltsov. Then we have, I believe this is lightweight. I think this is lightweight. Yeah. Two lightweights going at it for the lightweight tournament championship $1 million final. Brent Primus, dude. Brent Primus stays alive, man. He is just keeps on fucking trucking against Rabadanov in the finals. But look at these odds, dude. 425 heavy underdog plus 425 minus 650 favorite for Rabadanov. And there's a reason for this. Look at this knockout from Rabadanov on Michael Dufert. Like, this is what let people know that when Rabadanov Godzi wants to, he can knock the other guy out. Like, he has skill and he does have power on the feet, and he knows how to put 2 and 2 together. 10-0 guy dominates. 11-4 guy dominates. Like, he usually keeps this a boring fight, but this is like the Magomed Ankalaev like spin kick or the knockout of Johnny Walker that lets you know, okay, this guy is talented on the feet as well. So, like, he's just too multi-talented to deal with. Brent Primus, Bruno Miranda is not the best opponent. Renfro isn't great. He's Now he's finishing them. He's definitely taking them down and finishing them, but he's not going to be able to do that against Rabadanov. I think Rabadonov's out scrambling him. Clay Collard, he can't finish Clay Collard. Collard fucking sucks, dude. So that's not a good look. I think that Rabadanov is just going to out hustle him. He's going to get Primus to the ground, and then once Primus gets exhausted, I think that Rabadanov is going to knock him out on the feet late into the fight, round 4 knockout. Either that or a ground and pound knockout. On Topology, I picked Popov by decision. Yeah, but we gotta keep picking these guys by finish so we can actually get some finishes on the PFL card because it's getting bad, man. Primus is chinny. Yes, he is, and I think that's why Rabadanov is gonna knock him out. Great minds think alike. Drunken boxing. Great minds think alike. And then speaking of a great mind, we have the great Shamil Musayev, the silent assassin, taking on Magomed Umalatov, Prince Umalatov. This is a really fun fight because both guys have grappling in their arsenal, but Musayev has great work on the feet. Umalatov is a big threat on the ground. So we'll see if Musayev is good enough of a hybrid fighter to withstand the opposition or the onslaught of Umalatov's wrestling and knock him out. I think he will. I think Musayev is he's not underrated because a lot of people are high on him, but I think he's just skilled everywhere. Like, I think he's not to be taken lightly. I feel like he's better than people are already making him out to be. 12-1 beat Ramazanov. Now, I get he didn't finish him, but he dominated him for all that. And then before that, he knocked him out fully. Then he destroys Logan Storley, absolutely destroys him. And then just outside PFL, he just won a huge win streak. I get it. KSW, he goes to draw. That was 3 years ago. He's been fucking whooping ass ever since. I love his spin stuff, his reverse back fist that lands, his head kicks, they land. Like, the dude is just a threat on the feet. Like, I'm happy that we have sort of a new Zabit hybrid, or that's not named Islam Makhachev, who's fucking knocking fools out and looking good. Like, Umalatov, yeah, look at this. Neiman Gracie, can't finish him. Brennan Ward, okay, he got an anaconda choke. Great. Koreshov, he goes to a decision with Lopez. Like, this is a dude who can't really finish his fights. Musayev knows how to finish his fights. And I think Musayev is just dangerous enough that they can go toe for toe in the grappling, but at some point in the fight, Musayev is just going to hit him with something big and then just destroy him on the ground. Like, Musayev is a complete fighter. So I'm going with him. Musayev is a killer. Yeah, that's why I'm picking him to fucking kill Umalatov. Remember, this is 5 rounds. Yes, but that's another reason why I want to pick a lot of these guys by finish, is because if it were 3 rounds, I'd pick a lot more decisions. But I feel like even the non-finishers are going to be able to find finishes on this card and try to keep the card rolling along. Musaev's a killer, and I hope he shows out. Has Shamil fought 5 rounds? I don't know much about him. I know he slept Storley bad. Has he? I think he has. He fought. I think he fought Ramazanov in a main event spot, and he beat him over 5 rounds. So Musayev has been in 5-round fights, so that should be able to help him. Then we have a pick that I think a lot of people are going to disagree with, but I don't care. I am going with Impa Kasanganay against Dovlet Yagshimuradov. I'm picking him by round 4 KO. Yagshimuradov is very he just always stays in the fight. He's always in there, even when he's getting pieced up. Like, Rob Wilkinson beat him up more than I expected him to, more than I really wanted him to. Because Wilkinson is just a string bean, tall, fucking lanky dude. He doesn't really land a lot of big punches. And he was able to touch up Dovlet a few times in that fight. But Dovlet kept pressuring forward. And he was a fucking Terminator. And that's how he was able to win against Wilkinson. But I don't know. I think he's just a dude that's sort of easy to hit, is Yagshimuradov. Hyman Biong, he's going to a decision with him. Nito, he gets an overhand right, but a lot of these are just him winning decisions and back and forth affairs. Like, Kasanganay is built for that. Beat Silveira, destroyed Neto. Great fight against Neto. Polizzi knocks him the fuck out. takes Johnny Eblin to a split decision, which I think he could have easily won. That's just such a good performance to have in your back pocket. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like Sunganai, he gets hurt, but he always rallies. Um, Yakshamordov, I don't think he's going to knock out Kasunganai. I think the fight's going to keep on going, but I feel like Kasunganai is very precise with his striking. He's just got a great jab, great body kick. He's tall. Let's look at these guys' height there. The same height. So that's and then reach. He's got a longer reach too. That benefits Kasunganai over 5 rounds. I think Kasunganai is going to hurt Dovlet at some point. I don't know, man. This is just tough. I think I could easily see Dovlet beating him over 5 rounds, but Kasunganai is just a fucking dog, dude. I think he's going to piece up Dovlet at some point and wobble him. I like it. I've bet on Shamil since the Storley fight. Made me some good money versus Storley. And the first time versus Ramazanov. Yeah, so he's a guy that's very consistent and Mr. Reliable for betting. I'm actually picking Dovlet by knockout. Yeah, that's definitely the upset, but I don't know, man. I don't trust Dovlet's talent enough to pick him against Impa. I think Impa's just really hard to put away. Impa by decision, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm going with Impa. And then we have our co-main event for PFL World Championship. So this is I'm definitely going to be tuning in for this one because I am a big Dakota Desheva fan, dude. Dakota Dangerous Desheva, man. She is the star of the show, in my opinion, aside from Shamil Musayev. Her and Shamil are the big highlights of this card. I think they're going to show out. Tyler Santos has not really aged like a fine wine. She lost to Blanchfield and Shevchenko, which is understandable. But then she's like, having a close fight with Jenna Bishop, who I don't really rate all that much. Just for comparison, Desheva knocked her right out. Straight right, put her out fucking easy. Has a really close fight with Liz Carmouche, where she didn't look good in moments. I think there were even moments she looked like she had some holes in her game against Delara Joanne. Like, I think she's a loss waiting to happen. And Desheva, this woman is just fucking knocking out everybody. I love the hook to the body against Hackett. Like, she just looks so good, man. She's got great she's a great kickboxer, Muay Thai artist too, getting huge knees in the clinch. She's super tall. 5'8" compared to 5'6", longer reach too. All the physical advantages in this one. I think Dakota's special. I view her as like the second the reincarnation of Joanna Joan Jacek, Boogie Woman. I think she's just tough. Very tall, very physically advantageous, and she shows it, man. And she's just talented. Great combinations. She's a finisher too. I don't think Tyler Santos is a finisher in the PFL. I think she knocks Tyler Santos the fuck out. Round 2 knockout after withstanding some of the grappling. She's good. I know PFL gets lots of hate, but it's nice when there's no UFC. Yeah, because you either get a really good card or a really bad card with the UFC. And you can only take so much UFC news and so many UFC results. It gets tedious after a while. I haven't looked yet, but has Santos been knocked out before? She has not, but neither did Jenna Bishop. Jenna Bishop wasn't getting knocked out, and Desheva fucking destroyed her. Like, Desheva is just a woman who knocks out ladies. Maybe she wins by decision against Tyler Santos, but I don't know. I think Desheva is too dangerous to go 5 rounds with her. I think her knockout ability is really second to none. Dakota, round 3, knockout. Colostrum is here. If Dakota wins, she needs to go to the UFC. I agree. Get her $1 million. She's already made for life. And then the UFC comes a knock-in, and then she makes the transition, dude. And I think she'd be a star in whatever division she chooses to be in. I think she's a flyweight too. She's a flyweight, dude. Flyweight needs a hero. Flyweight needs a hero to take out Valentina Shevchenko. I think that person, we need a substitute for Kong Wang, and that's going to be Dakota Desheva, in my opinion. So get her in there to destroy old ass fucking wicked witch Valentina. I wish we could have seen Dakota against better opponents. Yeah, but that's just in the cards sometimes. It happens. PFL wants a star to succeed. It'll give her pretty easy talent to destroy. But Jenna Bishop was a good talent, and she smashed her easy. So I think she treats them all the same. We need a hero. Yes. We need a hero. He's the hero that, the city deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Let him be the villain. Either die, hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. We have Brendan Loughnane against Timur Khizriev. This one's sad for me to pick, but I got to go with Khizriev by decision. Loughnane, he got destroyed by Pinedo. Marlon Moraes, he looked bad against him as well, was having a really back and forth fight there. Pedro Carvalho, he has a sick performance against, but then I'm pretty sure against Justin Gonzalez, he's having a back and forth fight with him. That gets stopped. Tell him doctor stoppage with a cut over the eye. Gets pretty lucky there. Then has a very close fight with Kai Kamaka III, and I like Kai Kamaka a lot, but I don't know. Brendan Loughnane is just comes close, but no cigar. Like, he's just, always having a fight, and he never really dominates, whereas Khizriev dominates. Gabriel Braga, I get it. Braga's tough to put away. You got a split decision. 20-8 unanimous, 20-3 unanimous, 14-2 unanimous, 10-2 unanimous. Like, that was the only split decision that Khizriev has dealt with in the PFL. Like, this is the toughest competition, and he still wins. Like, Khizriev can do well on the feet too. He's fast. Like, he has knocked down his opponents before. And Loughnane is a dude who gets put down. He gets put down by his opponents, and then he comes back. Like, I feel like Khizriev could knock down Brendan Loughnane at some point and then just out-grapple him and out-muscle him for 5 rounds. I don't like Khizriev all that much. I think Dakota should have been in the main event, or Impa should have been, or Musayev. Musayev versus Umlatov should have been the main event instead of this, but instead we got Loughnane versus Khizriev because Loughnane is a former UFC guy, and I just don't think he's talented as Khizriev. I don't think he's got good as cardio over 5 rounds. I don't think he's a decision guy as much as Khizriev is. I think he's going to get out-grappled. So give me Khizriev to win the $1 million. And that's it. That's it for Hank's picks for the PFL card. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming this, but I will try to stream it at some point. And for you fucking guys, and it should be a good show, in my opinion. It's got too many good fights on it to not be a good show, in my opinion. But I think it also will be overstacked as shit. It will be boring to deal with in moments. Terrible pacing, guarantee it. It'll be like fucking Ryzen's intermissions, except 80% of the time, worse than boxing. So watch this at your own peril. I certainly will. And at some point, probably later in the main card, I'm going to start streaming. And so tune in to Hank the Tank for Hank the Tank's Crash Out Fight companion for PFL World Championships. Timur by decision. Are you tired? Yeah, well, I ate a lot of food, so I think I am a little tired because of that. Gas Tank. Braga came on late in that fight. So he was doing well. Timur was doing well at first. Lots of toilet breaks. I guarantee it, dude. Expect shitty pacing. Yep. And that's why I'm going to start watching it late. Probably the last 4 fights. Later, dude. See you later, Drunken Boxing. And I will say later, dude, to all the troopers and grinders as well. And hit you with my special outro. Oh, shit. But I forgot. Oh, man. What the hell was my outro? Ah, damn it. I forgot my outro. Boo. Oh, wait. I got a good outro. Never mind. I got one for you. You have escaped the war zone for now. It was a hot one. It was a pain in the morning sun. You gotta get out of the heat, 'cause every night she is so smooth. It was a bad one, but when I saw you there looking at me, yeah, you the motion of the moon over the stars, how she stays so cool. And it's this world ain't good enough. I would give my life to bet you won't. I was seeing my world to better suit your moves. 'Cause you're so smooth.